Welcome. Happy Friday night. Hello. We need to understand that it is our self-concept. It's the reason for we experience what we experience. Hey, Kelly Janae. Welcome. It's what you think about you and others. It is your beliefs, your assumptions. Happy Friday, soul family. Sending you positive vibration, energy, frequency. Up top. Yes. Hello, Barry. Welcome. Hey, y'all, love. Hello. The only thing that matters is what you think about you. That will be all that ever matters. What do you think about you? Hey, Q, what's up? Hi, so I booked a hotel. The event is so at least I'll be there closer to my goal. Yes. All right, Q. Wow! Yes. Wow! It's all about what you do within. As within, so without. It's about what you do within. Yes. It's an awesome, wonderful event, right? It was greater than you ever could have anticipated, more than what you ever could have expected. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all we could ever ask or think, according to the power that works within us. And this power that works in you is love, and this love, what? Never fails. All right, you are an ambassador. You represent the God consciousness, right? You are an ambassador for Christ, right? You are of the royal priesthood, right? That's how we have to remind ourselves of who we are. Hello, Kiara. So I've been feeling so good lately and holding the assumption that all my manifestations are completed. Yes. Oh, thank you, Kiara. It's really all thanks to you. It's your belief in you, right? It's your faithfulness to the end desire, right? It's your faithfulness. It's your belief in self, right? I'm just your mirror. I'm just your reflection. Hello, CC. Feel a lot of pushback today. Can you give me some words of insight? Yes, change that mindset. No pushback. Remember, anything you're experiencing is based on what? Habit. It's just habitual. Decide differently. No judgment. Just make a different decision. You got this. Right? We don't validate the 3D. We don't validate circumstances. We live from within out. I heard you saying in my head earlier, this is your reality. You are God. Oh, yes, all love. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Hello, Eden. So how do you keep good inner conversations about someone when they are showing the opposite? Yes, remember that what they're showing is the old story, right? It's just the old story. And all you do is say is that they're playing out the old story and you ignore it. You don't judge it. You don't validate it. You don't react to it. You just what? Change it. Hey, Cookie, good night. Oh, yes. And everyone in the comments agrees. So much love all around. Yes. Absolutely. So I feel so loved all the time. Yes. We got to remember to, hey, neighbor, welcome. Hello, Zoe G. So, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Yes, happy Friday. Say, this is my reality, and the 3D isn't the operating force. I'm a state. That's right. Right. Exactly. Say, love that song. So positive. Yes, yes. And see, all we have to do is talk to ourselves. You got to remind yourself of who you are. Right? You got to talk to yourself. When that 3D try to show you something differently, you just talk to it. Say, no, that's the old story. That's habitual thoughts. I'm changing it. Right? What I've learned is that you have to... I've realized in this community, so many people put the focus on what's going on out there, which is why you all find it difficult to ignore it. Because all you constantly hear is that circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Ignore the 3D. Ignore the 3D. And then what you find yourself doing? You can't ignore it. It's at the forefront of your mind. Because that's all you hear all day long. They're telling you what not to do, as opposed to tell you what to do. And I'm telling you, just tell the new story. Just tell the new story. Continue to tell the new story. Hey, April, welcome, welcome, welcome. Because if I keep telling you not to do a thing, it only what? Draws your attention to that thing. And what you end up doing the exact thing I told you not to do, right? It's the elephant, the example of the pink elephant, right? Someone tells you not to think of it. What are you going to do? Because your world consciousness, the universe, does not know no. All it knows is, what are you giving your attention to? And then the change is instantaneous. Yeah, let me check myself and stay focused on my dreams. Absolutely. That's it. Yep, as a student, you will be confused on what to do. Yes, because they're telling you, they're giving you instructions that are counterintuitive to what you want to experience, right? They don't go along the line of the new story, right? And so then you start feeling all confused. You feel like, oh my goodness, I need someone's help. I need coaching. No, you don't. You need discipline. That's what you need. You don't need coaching. You need discipline. You didn't learn how to discipline your mind. Because you know all that coaching gonna do is tell you what they've been telling you. Learn how to discipline your mind. They're not going to tell you anything differently. And I know a lot of you may feel like you need somebody to hold your hand. You need that one-on-one approach, right? You feel like you need a tutor, right? When you're in a classroom, right? And the teacher's giving instruction, you feel like you're just not getting it, so you feel like you need that one-on-one. You need a tutor. But what does the tutor end up doing? The tutor just tells you what the teacher been telling you. You have to study. You have to practice. Hey, Jasmine, welcome. So I've experienced nervousness in the new story once I've decided and have to keep reminding myself. Yes, and that's okay. Nervousness is okay. You came here to experience being human. Be okay with being nervous. No big deal. That's literally what was going on with me today. I felt like I needed to call someone for help. But I got to stay grounded in what I want, not what I fear. Absolutely. That's it, Cece. That's it. And say, Jasmine, hey, so my SP texted me, what you doing? And I got overly excited and started having a lot of positive thoughts, but they were giving me anxiety. So have you practiced the belief that this is real? Usually when you experience anxiousness, you haven't practiced the belief that the thing that's happening for you is meant for you. So, and that's okay. That's okay. But you want to practice more of being in the state. Practice more of being the person. Remember, you're the prize. This is your story. Remember, you've rehearsed it. You know what it looks like. You know the end of the story. You wrote the script. You wrote it. That's okay. Don't try to read too much into it, Jasmine. Right? Right? Because I think you're, instead of being present, you're trying to go to the next step. You're trying to see, is this what is going to be that brings us together? Don't do that. You're already together. Right? Don't try to think ahead. That's what anxiety does, right? It has you thinking, not being in a present moment, not living in the end. You start trying to figure out how. You start giving your attention to the how. The how is not your work. Hey, Baba, I am. Good evening. Yeah. So just answer like you normally would, Don't read too much into it. It's okay. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly, SM. That's our job. Number 3. Number 3 is your work. Number 4 is not your work. Number 3 is your work. Remaining faithful to the desired outcome. You wrote the script. You know how the end turns out. You've seen the end of the movie. The only thing you haven't seen the middle. You have no idea how the unfoldment is going to happen. That's part of the enjoyment. That's part of the journey. Experiencing the middle. Because you already know the beginning. That's your desire. Right? And then you know the end. You know how it turns out. You just don't know the middle part. That's not your work. You're not supposed to know the how. You never know. I'm not going to say you never know. Because yes, your subconscious mind can reveal to you exactly how it happens. Many people have dreamed future events, right? Or they've envisioned future events happening, right? But that didn't come from the carnal mind, right? That did not come from the reasoning mind. That came from the greater mind, the higher mind. Hey, period. So I released the trauma from my inner child today, and it felt like I was grieving. I know I'm shifting. Yes. Hello, Ray. Hello. Yes. I know you're saying the inner child, so let's clean that up. Inner child, the old story is dying off. Yes, the old story, the old version of you is dying off. And so, yes, there's a mourning that takes place. There is a grieving that takes place, right? Because you have now been practicing the new story, right? So how did Neville Goddard put it? Let me see. Painful. He says, an enlargement of our concept of self involves a somewhat painful parting with strongly rooted hereditary conceptions. You thought so long about who you thought you were, right? It's deeply rooted within you. Now you are thinking bigger of yourself, greater than yourself. And so the old story, right? The old state has to be alchemized, be transformed. So I told ChatGPT to write me a rampage, and it brought me teary-eyed. It was so beautiful. That's amazing. Love. Yes, that makes sense. It felt like I was losing somebody, but at the same time wanted to celebrate. Yes, period. Yes, that's it. You're expanding. You're remembering who you are, right? That's what's going on. You're remembering and you're accepting the new version of you, which really isn't new. I know we say new, but it really isn't new. You've always been this. You just forgot, right? And so it's all coming back to me now, right? It's all like, who was that? Celine Dion. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. I can't remember how the song goes, but that she sung that. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. You're remembering who you are, right? For so long, you played the part of the being who saw themselves as less than, unwanted, unloved, undeserving, right? You thought you needed a savior. You thought that you were displeasing something outside of you. You had all of these thoughts about yourself that just simply weren't true. That was part of the state of forgetfulness. Hello, Elizabeth. So I thought of a new mantra this morning and thought of you. First thing to share with all. I am perfect now. Yes, 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 yes. Love that, love that. Yes, yes, yes. Love that. Wow. Yes. Yep. Neighbor, I was just thinking. That's what I was saying. Yep. We've been asleep for so long, but now that sleeping giant within us has awakened. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Who goes there, right? You are the giant. You are a center of power, right? And you get to command a thing to be just because of who you are. Well, we have to get out of the mindset. This is the structure that needs to come down. It's thinking that you have to earn it, that you have to work for it, right? Paul reminds us, work does not justify you. It is only faith. You are justified by faith and not by works. But you all think that it's your work. So guess what you look for? You look for a technique. You try to figure out, okay, what can I do to bring this to me? When scripture tells you it's not about what you do, it's about who you say you are. Who are you being, right? That's what number 4 says. Be still. Do nothing. But you still keep trying to figure out what to do. How many, and that's the part of us that, because you have so many people in the spiritual community telling you to do something. So you think it's something you have to do, as opposed to what scripture has told you. It's not about what you do. It's about, who do you say I am? That was the question, right? To the Christ. Who do you say that I am? Honestly, my name is Faith. My power is in my name. Yes. Hello, Vanessa. When fear comes up, what do? You gotta talk to fear. That's what you do with fear. You talk to it, right? You don't deny it. You don't run away from it. You confront it, right? Confront it. Because this is what casts out fear. Love. Do you love yourself enough to give you the thing that you're asking for? Because the I am just says, trust me, I got you. But you like, no. See, the world told me that I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do this. And your I am is saying, but I told you to be still. I told you to be still and know that I am God. And beside me, there is no other. I told you the moment you asked, I answered. While you were yet speaking, I did appear. I told you to trust me. But you're like, no, no, no. You may get it wrong, but. Be not of the world. Exactly. Too many of us, like Abraham Hicks would say, are fighting for our limitations. We like the buts and the what ifs, right? We love to work for the thing because that's all we've been doing all our life. We've been working, and you saw that work didn't get you very far. It got you, right? You've been working all your life. Do you know those that are most successful? It's not about what they did. It's about how they saw themselves. How did they see themselves? And then the doing was natural based on what? Their mindset. Look at those that are documentaries, books. I love listening to people that have been very successful in life, right? Pay attention to how they speak of themselves. Pay attention to their mindset. Their accomplishments had little to do with what they physically did. It had everything to do with how they saw themselves. They saw themselves as great. They saw themselves as successful. It's how do you see yourself? Then the doing is natural. The doing is the work. What he said, I show you my faith by my works, right? Not because of it, by it. I will naturally do based on what I believe about myself. That's why life just happens based on your assumptions about it. So now you have to ask yourself, what do you assume about life? Many of us assume that life is hard to struggle and strain and we must sacrifice and compromise. That's what many of us believe. And so guess what? We encounter things in our world to confirm that belief, that assumption. And that's what we keep experiencing on a loop. We keep experiencing the strain, the struggle, the compromise, the sacrifice, because that's what we subconsciously believe. Yes, like when I was making straight A's in school, I assumed classwork was easy. Yep, I assumed I didn't really need to study. It comes easy to me. That's it. Yep. It's the mindset. That's why we're told to be what? Be ye transformed by what? Renewing your work? Renewing what you physically do? No, by renewing your mind. That's how you are transformed, by the renewing of your mind. Your actions are secondary. Your actions are effects. Your behaviors are based on your beliefs, and they always will be. The stillness, is that Machino? The stillness comes from not worrying or trying to figure out the how. That's what scripture means by be still. Don't try to make the thing happen. It will naturally happen as a result of your belief. The thing will just come to you. The thing, you would just start to do things in accordance and alignment with who you say that you are. Everything you do will be automatic. You will be compelled to do it based on who you say you are. And when you think about it, when you experience the unfavorable, the unwanted, did you have to make those things happen? Did you go looking for a car accident, whoever been in a car accident? Did you have to go looking for the roof to leak? Did you have to go looking for a flat tire? Did you have to make those things happen when you saying that you never have enough money? And now you're deciding to save, but you really haven't changed your subconscious beliefs around money. And then the moment you start to try to save, these things just happen to you. your world starts to confirm that you really don't believe that you can save money. You really don't believe that you can, have wealth. You actually believe money is a strain and a struggle. So I must continue to create these experiences in your world to confirm your real beliefs. Yep. And parents' neighbor has a fan on her door that says Barbados out there. Oh, yes, that is cool. Yes, yes. Hello, Kelly 91. Yes. Yes. So I still need to paint my I am in Barbados sign. I made one that says I will not climb. Oh, did you? Nice, 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 nice. Oh, yes, I am in Barbados. Yes, yes. You're already there. You're not supposed to be worrying about how to get there. You're supposed to see yourself, right? You're supposed to go to the end. The end is where you began, not how you got there, right? That's the part you're supposed to leave to the higher mind. You're supposed to leave the how to the I am. Right? There's only one I am, and we all use this I am, but we all get to use it however we so fit, right? You're told, choose this day who you're going to serve. I set before you life and death, good and evil. Choose life that you and your seed, you and your desire may live. You say it's hard to understand. So here's the thing. Here's an example, right? So I desired to get an upgrade for a first class flight. I had I had a flight from Chicago to New Orleans, but part of the first leg was to Atlanta. So the first part of the trip, I had already paid for the ticket. The first part of the trip, I had some points, and I decided to upgrade the first leg of the trip to first class. And then I decided, well, I want the whole trip to be first class, but I don't want to use any of my points. I definitely wasn't using any money because I didn't use any money to upgrade the first time. I used points. So the second half of the trip, I definitely wasn't going to lose money. Then I said, I also don't want to use points either. So I was like, okay, I'm getting my whole trip. The whole trip is going to be first class. First, I started to think, ooh, I wonder how they're going to tell me. And I was like, nope, nope, nope. It's already done. Doesn't matter when they tell me because it's already done, right? So I drop it. I don't think no more about it. As I'm talking on my phone with my friend who I'm going to meet in New Orleans, I get a message from the air carrier, right? And they're like, they had to change they had to change our flight times and for me to go in and to confirm my seats. Well, what happened when I went in to confirm my seats? Both legs of the flight was first class. Now, I had no idea how this would happen. I didn't make it happen. Now, could I have used points to get the upgrade? Yes, I could have. I most certainly could have used more points to get the second legs up because I did. That's what I did for the first one. But I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't need one. I'm going to prove that, I can get the second part without using any points or any money. And I had no idea how that was going to happen. I just knew that it was, right? Same thing when I used to fly on a plane, it was very uncomfortable, almost unbearable. But see, I want to continue to experience flying. And for about 10 years, when I would fly on a plane, my nasal passage on my left side would be inflamed. It would just be like a burning sensation. My left eye would run profusely. I would get migraines. Like, it was just so unbearable. The only way it made it comfortable for me is that I would have to drink alcohol, but I'm not a big alcohol drinker. So I would basically have to like get real tipsy, get real, where I could go to sleep. That would be the only way that the flight would be comfortable. Well, we were going to Dubai, and from Chicago to Dubai is like a 12-hour flight. And I was like, I didn't want to have to take anything outside of me to make this flight comfortable. I just told myself, no, when we go to Dubai, it's going to be an enjoyable flight. Now with me, when it comes to manifesting, I don't have to imagine it. I can just talk to myself. I use my words to communicate the experiences I want to have. So I just told myself this was going to be my experience. Now, up into the Dubai trip, I had other experiences where I was wanting to feel better during flight. And it gradually got better, right? I could see it was like a gradual progression. But I was like, for this Dubai trip, oh no, it's going to be smooth sailing. I'm not going to have any type of symptoms there. And I could say it was based on the altitude and all that. I don't know the cause. All I know, this is what was happening, and I didn't want it to be happening anymore. So guess what happened on this flight to Dubai? And so I went to Dubai in January 2022. Since Dubai, and I've been to Aruba since then. I've been to different places in the country. No more problems. No more problems. No problem on the flight there and the flight back. And ever since, I have no more problems. Hey, Serafina. Just applying this work to everyday life. I feel like I don't know how to apply the knowledge I have. To apply it to every day, it's about how do you see yourself. That's self-concept. That's how you make it real to your everyday life. What do you say about you? What do you think about you? Hey, Joy. Your self-concept is so key. That is what makes it applicable to everyday life. How do you talk about yourself? How do you see your world? Because not only what do you say about yourself, it's also what do you say about everyone else in your world. Because it is your thoughts about you and your thoughts about others is what you're experiencing in your world. And it's all across the board. It's what you believe about money, relationships, your mental stability, your physical stability, your emotional stability. What do you say about you? How do you talk about you? So everything works out as soon as you decide and affirm in the belief it will. Yep, I see myself as an abundant and taken care of. I don't struggle with money or peace. It's my birthright. Absolutely. And then you want to pay attention, right, CC? So when you're having those conversations with the friends, with the loved ones, with the family, with the co-workers, what is your conversation regarding money? Like when you find yourself in conversations with other people about the state of affairs of these here United States, the world, our economy, are you complaining? Are you talking about inflation? Are you talking about how it's hard to save money? Are you talking about struggling? When someone else starts talking about that way, having that conversation with you, do you engage in that conversation? Right? When people start talking about relationships and how difficult they are, do you engage in that conversation? Right? Say, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. I'm right. Hello, Jonathan. Say, I remember certain foods will get me sick and give me food poisoning, so I changed. Oh, yes. Changing the story. So what about when the Bible says things will happen in God's will, not our own? Saying the Father's will. The Father, it's all about who do you say the Father is. The Father is your own consciousness. The Father is your awareness of being. The Father is what some people will call source. Some people call the subconscious mind. Some people call it the Christ mind. The Father is you, your higher self, right? God is not outside of you. The I am is you. You are God. There's no separation. Period. Right? The mind of man is the mind of God. There's no separation. Remember, Christ said, I and my Father are one. You and your Father are one. There's no separation. But the Father, your consciousness is greater than you, right? Because the Father knows the end before the beginning. The Father is the one that's going to say how the thing you desire is going to come into your experience. That's the Father. You don't have to worry about how a thing is going to take place. All you're to do is decide what it is you want to experience. That's all you're told. This is the recipe for life found in those 4 steps. And it's found in the scripture, Mark 11:24. Therefore I say to you, what things soever you desire, go get it. Mark 11:24. Whatever you desire, when you pray, believe you have received it, and you shall. You see? That scripture says whatever you desire, whenever you pray, believe you have received it, and you shall receive it. It doesn't say if society deems it so if God thinks it's so, because you are God. You and your Father are one. So that's what the 4 steps are based on. It's also found in Matthew. It says, in all things, whatsoever you ask in prayer, believing you have received it, and you shall have it. So number 1 is ask. Whatever you desire, decide, make a decision. It can be general. It can be specific. Either way. Number 2, pray. When you pray, pray is not a begging. It's not a pleading. It's not a beseeching. It's a what? Commanding. When you pray, it's an acknowledgement that the thing you ask for, you already have. It already belongs to you. So what? Because a thing already belongs to you, you're doing what? You're giving thanks for it. Number 3, you must remain faithful to it. You must persist. You must be committed. You must be disciplined. Because faith without works is dead, right? Faith is mental. Without faith, it is impossible to please him. So you must persevere. You must remain committed to it. And then number 4, this is the be still part. This is the part where you don't worry. You don't try to figure it out. You don't try to see how it's going to happen. You're supposed to what? Know that it's already done. It's already yours. To them that have, it shall be given. So I saw in links in my neighborhood. I manifested them away. Oh, I don't even know what a lynx is. It was at the fire department station. So they took, oh, okay. I love animals, but first in the neighborhood, it was a coyote, then it was a skunk. Oh my goodness. Okay. Say a concert. I missed it. Did you say something else before that neighbor? Yep. Persist is just living in the end. Yep. Living in the end, knowing that what you ask for is already yours. Seeing yourself with it. And it doesn't even have to be necessarily that you have to visually see it, right? Because I don't have to imagine the thing to know that I have it. I can just speak the word and know that it's mine. So as you go to sleep, you want to remind yourself that you already have the thing you're asking for. Oh, okay. Is it Linux or Lynx? How do you pronounce it? Say, that's wild. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. It's a good explanation. My Christian friends tried to tell me I was overriding God by manifesting. Nope. Not if that's what scripture tells you. Manifesting is just another way to say answered prayer. But it's deeper than that. Your friend, we all manifest. Let me give you the definition for manifest. Manifest is just another way of saying thoughts made visible. So manifestation can be good, bad, or ugly, however you decide to categorize it. Manifesting is your thoughts made visible. That's why it's so important for you to take responsibility, accountability for the wanted as well as the unwanted. This is what religious folks struggle with. They don't want any accountability. It was God who blessed them when it was good. It was the devil who messed with them when it's bad. When it's what they didn't want, it was the devil. Or it was God punishing them. I mean, sometimes it's confusing because sometimes they'll say that God did it, that God is testing you with the negative, but then at the same time say it's the devil. Yeah, trying to reason it when you try to make the cause be outside of you, it gets very, very confusing. So I try not to even try to think how the Christian mindset thinks anymore, because it's very chaotic. There's no responsibility or accountability when the Bible is all about accountability. You're the cause and you will forever always be the cause. Hey, hey, great evening, millionaires, kings, and queens. Till you make it so freaking simple. Oh, you're welcome, A-Town. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, the first pronunciation. Thank you. Oh, I don't know if it's sent, but okay. So I sometimes catch myself trying to prepare for my fears manifesting, but I realize that's manifesting my fears. Yes, most definitely. Right. How can one override God? Right. Yes, they contradict the day Bible. Yes. I said, tell me why I had to listen to the Celine Dion song and dance around pretending I was a performer. Oh, okay, neighbor. Yes, I don't know why that didn't come through, because it surely didn't. So that's why I tried to tell them. I'm manifesting anyway, so why would manifesting good be bad? Right. Exactly. It is mental gymnastics. Call it Jedi mind tricks. So affirmations are cool, but you can just do sats before bed and early morning, and that's okay instead of affirmations, instead of robotic affirmations. Here's the thing. This is what we need to understand. Your conversation is your affirmation. Your conversations are your affirmations. So either you're affirming the old story or you're affirming the new. That's what's going on. You either keep telling the old story or you're remaining faithful to the new. But whatever you're accepting as true, and how are you accepting it as true? By giving it your attention. Your attention is what keeps things alive in your world. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Hey, 90.9%. 99.5 won't do. I gotta have all your love. You said, I don't like that. You don't like what, A-Town? 10K the easy way, yes. You can do sass all you want, but if during the day you're affirming the old story, exactly, all love. Exactly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, 99.9%. Right, I don't go against my new story. That's not my problem. I always live in the new. Yep. Let's stop. Well, today now, Jasmine, let's stop claiming that which we don't want to experience. Right? Oh, okay, A-Town, okay. Nervous system regulation. Yes. I'm all about keeping it super simple, right? This is what I've been telling everyone. You're always communicating with yourself. Always. Whether you're talking within or you're talking to someone else, which is also coming from within you, right? You're always communicating. So it's what are you communicating, right? And you always go to sleep. I don't care what time of the day you go to sleep. You always go to sleep. So why do I need to create the state akin to sleep when I know I'm already going to go to sleep anyway? So I'm going to be determined to go to sleep in the state of the wish fulfilled. I don't have to do I'm all about no extra work. No extra. This is not a job. It's not a chore. It should be easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Yes, lemon squeezy. Yes, kiss, 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 kiss. Keep it super simple. Super, super simple. Everything is working out in my best interest, and so it is for both you and I and everyone else. Absolutely. I feel like a lot more energy and love pouring through me lately. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Claim it, claim it, claim it. Right? And I know, as Bashar would tell you, right? We create techniques to give ourselves permission to have a thing, right? That's the whole purpose of the techniques, because we think that our word is not enough when your word is all there that's needed. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You are justified by your words, and you are what? Condemned by your words. Your word is enough. But you don't think that. You think it has to be more than that. You want to complicate it. You want to complicate it. You think you need something extra because that's just a little bit too simple. That's way too easy. Like, all I got to do is speak the word. Yeah, all you got to do is speak the word. Remain faithful to that word, but that's all that's necessary. That's all. You don't even have to imagine it. You're dealing with supreme intelligence. Supreme intelligence knows exactly what a BMW looks like with whatever type of, detail you want. It knows exactly what it, and here's the thing, when you think of here's the thing, words are pictures, right? Words are pictures. Words are pictures. So the moment you say, remember when I say BMW, you automatically, without trying, can picture a BMW, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. But we feel like we have to do something extra to make it feel like we're worthy of it. So we're like, ooh, guess what I did? I did this, 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 this. Do you know it has nothing to do with what you did, because your works never justify you? No man shall be justified by the works of the law. Right? It's your faith in yourself that gets the blessing. It's your faith. It's always your faith. You're justified by your faith. No one will ever be justified by working. No, because you're told to be still and know. It's flat if you believe it is. So all the way, I found out my college giving me another check from oh, yes, yes. Yes, A-Town. So I do love on myself more and communicate love. Absolutely. They love giving me money. I get paid to go to college. Yes, yes, yes. All love. That's amazing. Yes. Wow. Yes. Yes, I know it's mine now. Yes. Hey, Janine. If you want to say alignment means knowing, if you're saying alignment means knowing, then yes, alignment means to know, to be sure, right? Yes, and some things that you can think of it instantly, and you just, bam, without question, you know it's yours. And then other things, you've been convinced that it's bigger than you. So that type of faith comes what? By fasting and prayer, right? You got to fast from the limitation, from the negativity, from the doubt. Feast upon the belief that it's already done. You got to continue to pray. You got to continue to remain faithful regardless of what circumstances, right? Right? That's because some of these things only come out through what? Prayer and fasting. Through thanksgiving and acknowledgement that the thing you asked for, you already have, right? Your fast is what? Fasting from the limitation, from the negativity, from the doubt, from the fear, from the how, and feasting upon the knowing, the being still. Yes, a state equals a frequency. Yes. And so I hate the law of assumption versus the law of attraction stuff. Yeah. So they're both the same in different terms. Yeah. Only thing is, there are some differences. I'm not going to say they're exactly the same. There are some differences. That's why I lean towards more law of assumption than the law of attraction. Because the law of attraction just say you're the magnet. That's all it should be saying. The law of attraction just be saying you're the magnet attracting your desire to you. But a lot of people that teach law of attraction like for you to seek for signs. They tell you, and even those who claim to know law of assumption, they want you to seek for a sign too. They that birds before land, that ask the universe to show you a sign. Why, if you know you got something, why you need a sign? The Bible says it's a wicked and perverse generation that seeketh for a sign. Wicked and perverse means what? Perverse means turned the wrong way. Wicked means those who have no faith. Those who have no faith seeks for a sign. Yes, people just overcomplicate law of attraction and they will limit you to what the universe wants. Yes. Yeah, or they'll say you can't get what you want or something isn't for you. Please, can we laugh about birds before land? I still don't understand that concept. I don't know who came up with that. I don't I don't know what that concept even means. But again, hey Holly, hey, let's keep it simple. Let's not complicate it. We don't need to complicate it. We just need to have to learn to be faithful, discipline. You have to discipline. You have to discipline. Discipline. You have to discipline. It's all about movement and love and life. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. It's all part of the journey, right? It's all part of the journey, right? It's the evolution. We all believed in something. I used to go to church, so I believed what they were telling me too, right? We all started somewhere and seek in search of remembering who we are. And we all end up at different, right? There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. But as you continue on this journey on remembering who you are, you come to the realization you don't need anything outside of self. That's what you come to realize, that you don't need anything outside of self. But as you're in search, as you're remembering who you are, you take little pit stops and you're like, oh, they sound good. They seem to have the answer. Let me make a pit stop here. And they're like, oh, no, that wasn't fulfilling. I'm still yearning. I feel like it's more to this this understanding of self. You make a pit stop over here, and they teach you a little bit more about who you are. You're like, oh, that ain't quite it. I still think it's something more, right? Because it's an infinite unfolding. We never stop expanding. We never stop experiencing. Yup, pushback ain't nothing but an illusion. Said this one YouTube was like, if you wanted a new car, would you accept one tire at a time? Right. A fender, a steering, right? A steering wheel, a headlight, or do you want the whole thing? Exactly, neighbor, exactly. You want the whole doggone thing. Yes, you don't want bits and pieces. You don't want parts of the whole. You want it all. Absolutely. 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 But remember, there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. Everything is just for what? The experience. The more you continue on this remembering of who you are, you just start to realize that you don't need anything outside of self. That's all these experiences lead you to. Remembering who you are, the power that you are, and there's no secondary causes. You are the only cause. Consciousness is the only reality. I feel like the average person around here just stops learning or just close their eyes. But I need, to keep learning and remembering. Hey, that girl. Hey. Yes. Yep. Yeah, always expanding consciousness, right? Because there's nothing for infinite intelligence to learn, right? It's only for you, the individualized out picturing of the all. You just need to remember. You just need to remember who you are. To remember you are the center of power. That the Akashic records are available to you. And anytime you can tap into the wisdom and the knowledge of the ages. The wisdom of the ages is at your disposal. And whatever asked, it is always given. Whatever you need to know. The information is right there. You just need to tap into it. That's it. See, it's become my favorite passion. Yep. So what's your opinion on, if I don't get this, it'll be something better? Well, scripture tells you that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of man the thing that God has in store for them who love and walk upright before him. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all you could ever ask or think, according to the power that works within you, give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give unto your bosom. Prove me now herewith and see if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. Everything always comes back magnified. Always. Whenever you plant a seed in the ground, it always comes back multiplied, right? Yes. So you don't even have to say not getting something. Everything is always done unto you as you believe, and it always exceeds your expectations. And earlier I let panic get to me and my car broke down. Right? Oh, that's how immediate it is. Yeah, it can be. It can be. Yep. The thing is, you can change it. You don't have to accept any circumstance. That's the power you have, and we need to recognize that. We don't have to accept any experience. If you don't like an experience, revise it. That when it says God is merciful, the law of mind is merciful. You don't have to accept any experience. You are given the ability to repent, which means to have a radical change of mind. This is what Neville Goddard describes as repentance. Rewrite the story. Change it. I told God today myself that I didn't want to see my in content if it didn't learn anything important. Oh, okay, period. So my first realized download was to act like the queen I was created to be. When we act from the lack, that is all we have to offer others. Yup, nothing. Yup. So I'm rewriting a story as we speak. Yup. It's not my circumstance anymore. Yes, yes, CC, yes. Wow! That's it. Yep. We just have to take our power literally. We have to take our power seriously and literally. We have to literally understand who we are. Yes, yes, yes. Right? Because our minds is the creative power. That's all we need to trust. That's the Father within us. The creative power in man is the mind. Your only reality is your consciousness, is what you say about you, you will experience, right? That's why you're reminded to what? Commune with thy own self upon thy bed and what? Be still. Still the mind from worry, from doubt, from guilt, from shame, from disbelief, unbelief, limitations. That's what you're stilling the mind. You're stilling the mind and remaining faithful to what? Your desire. Can a person revise the experience while experiencing it? Absolutely. Say literally and what? Oh, what did I say? That you're my. I don't remember what I said 8 times. What did I say? Did I say powerfully, literally? To accept it literally? Seriously, thank you, neighbor. Thank you. Who the F I is, right? Nicki Minaj. Who the F I is, yes. Thank you. Literally and seriously. Literally, right? You are powerful. It's your mind that creates your reality. It's what you think about you see. That's why self-concept is key. Because what you think about you is what you'll see. That's why self-concept is key. What you think about you is what you will see. Why? Because you're the only thinker in your reality. So it's what you think about you and what you think about everybody around you. What you think about you and what you think about everybody around you. You're creating it. Because what? You're the only one thinking it. It's your thoughts that you see. That's what manifestation is. Thoughts made visible. Oh, yes, Shirley. Yes, yes. Yes. And the thing is, you have to know that. And you want to what? Live in the end of that knowing. So now that you are that person, how do you talk? What do you hear? What do you see? Now that you are that person. That's how you're living in the end. Are you just filled with gratitude? Go to sleep filled with gratitude. I'm just so thankful how wonderful my life is. It could be as general as that. And let the I am fill in the specifics. Or you can be as specific as you like. But a lot of times when you're specific, you create limitations. That's why you're told to seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all of its righteousness, and then the things get added. The things just come when you're living in the state of love, peace, joy, goodwill, harmony, health, wealth, right? That everything you could possibly desire comes into your experience. Absolutely. But remember, it's your world. You get to decide. You can be as specific as you want to be. You know exactly what you want. Claim it. Hello, none of your business. None of your business. Claim your inheritance. Claim whatever it is you're desiring to experience. Whatever that is. I know some people are like, well, I don't know what I want. That's okay. Most people want security. Most people want happiness. Most people want to be loved. Most people want to be wanted. Right? Peace. Joy. Thank you. Thank you. Freedom. And what makes you free? The truth makes you free. And the truth is, there's no cause outside of self. That consciousness is the only reality. There is no cause outside of self. And it is what you think about you, your self-concept is what you'll see. So what do you think about you? What do you say about you? Right? Are you working on the self-concept? Accepting that you're whole, that you're perfect, that you're wealthy, you're healthy, you're strong, you're confident, you're wanted, you're loved, life is easy. The more you apply this truth, the more confident you are in yourself, right? Because that's what we need. We need confidence. It takes courage to want to be transformed, to change, to let go of the old story, because the old story, you're familiar with it. It's a habit, right? And even though it may hurt you, it may not be to your best, have the best in store for you, it's familiar. So you'll attach yourself to the familiarity. And you think because it's familiar, you're kind of resisting the unfamiliar. But you want to be comfortable with the new version. That's why practice, rehearsing the story makes it what? More familiar to you. That's why it's so important how you go to sleep at night. That's where you're quickly and easily impressing the subconscious mind. And no, you don't have to wait to go to sleep. You can do state akin to sleep. You don't have to wait until you go to sleep for the night. You can do sets, state akin to sleep. Right? You just want to be so mindful of that inner conversation. Pay attention to how you talk, how you communicate with yourself, and how you're communicating with others. Because that really tells you what state you occupy, right? Yes, yes, Bailani. Yes. Yep. Say when I'm still drowsy, when I wake up, I do it. Yes. So I am changing paradigms over here through space-time continuum. Yes. Yes. So I took a nap early and did sats. Yep. Yep. Every morning and night. Yep. Because it's a mindset, y'all. It's a mind thing. It's mental. And the more we do it, the more we practice it, the more we rehearse it, then that's when the shackles break off, right? Those things that had us imprisoned begin to fall off, and we begin to actualize our true self, who we truly are, right? We represent the God state. We are ambassadors of Christ, right? We are of the royal priesthood, right? We are imitators of God as dear children. State akin to sleep, Shirley. It's a technique that they discovered back in the late 1800s from a French psychology school, I believe. And they realized that when you're in that drowsy state, calm, relaxed state, and you talk or imagine yourself in a certain place or a certain way, that's the quickest way to impress the subconscious. And so people have just abbreviated, gave them the acronym state akin to sleep. You're not actually going to sleep, but it's almost like a meditation or hypnotic state, right? You're in a meditative or hypnotic state, or the state akin to sleep. Same thing. Yes. Because you put that conscious mind at abeyance, and it won't be able to really argue with you about the new state that you're seeing yourself as. And so you can go quickly right to that subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind is the part of you that's not going to argue with what you believe. Whatever you impress upon the subconscious will be expressed by you. Whatever is impressed will be expressed. And right now, you've mostly been impressed with fear, doubt, limiting beliefs. Now you want to impress it with the truth of who you are, which that you are faith, love, joy, peace. Was you who said we are supposed to reflect Christ or something like that? I don't remember, Elizabeth. I may have said it, maybe not in those words, but because I don't know if I would say reflect Christ, because we are the Christ. You are Christ, the Son of the living God, the voice of God. You are the Son of God. Now are we sons of God, right? That's what First John tells us. Now are we the sons of God. Yeah, self-empowered prescription. Welcome. Yes, it doesn't judge, it just receives. Yes. Say, no, you said it much better. Oh, okay. So I had my brain waves tested 5 years ago and was told my brain is an alpha a lot more when awake. Ooh, a neurodivergent. What does that mean? What is a neurodivergent? We know we can come up with some labels for ourselves. We love to put ourselves in some categories. All I know is I'm God. I don't know about what these science talking about, what these medical doctors talking about. I don't know nothing about all that. So I should have wrote it down, but I thought, no, that was profound. I'll remember. All right, Elizabeth, right? So I got hey, period. So I got my heart broke by both SPs. I think I really need to just focus on my self-concept. That's it, period. That's what we talk about over here. Loving on you. When you love you, they will too. When you love you, they will too. Yes, the Alpha. The God. Yes. Say, I don't identify with any diagnoses, right? But I do believe myself to be different in ways that strengthen me only. Exactly. You are uniquely you, right? There's no one else like you. You are an individualized expression of the all. There's only you, and there's no one else like you. Right? There's only God in the world. There's only God in the world. Everyone is I am, and I am is everyone. Yes, the Alpha, welcome. Embrace your uniqueness, right? Because you are the universe. This your world, this your life. It only matters what you think of you. What other people think is none of your business. Why? Because there is no other people. Everyone is just what? Your concept of them. You can only see your opinions about other people. That's who you see. You see your opinions of them. It's your thoughts about them that you see. And if you had different opinions about them, they show up differently. Just try it. Just choose to think differently about some of the people in your world. Choose to think differently about them. Regardless of what they're showing you, choose to see them in the greatest light. Choose to use your mind lovingly on behalf of another. Choose to be like Philippians 4:8 says, to think on what is lovely, what is just, what is pure, what is noble, right? If there be anything of praiseworthy or of good report, think on these things. How are you thinking about other people? Because really what you're thinking about other people, you're creating. It absolutely does. What about when other people's opinions on them becomes true? What does that mean? What about when other people's opinions? It doesn't matter what other people think. It only matters what you think. What other people think is really none of our business, right? Because when you let other people's opinions define you, then you give your power away. Nope. Well, the only reason they would be right is because you agreed to it, Bailani. You agreed that they were right. You could have rejected it. You could have said, that's not my experience. I don't accept that information. I'm going to choose to perceive them differently. T is right, because when you hand them a new script, they learn quick. Yes. There is no objective world, right? An assumption, though false, when persisted in, will harden into fact. The subjective becomes objective based on what? Your persistence, based on your assumptions about it. This is crazy. Wow, we created all of this. Yep, we are deciding all details. Yep, it's wild. Again, who is these other people creating for us? You keep putting the focus out there. There is no out there. There's no other people. Who are these other people you're talking about? That's part. Well, I should get creative and only think lovingly. Remember, you always have a choice of what you think about the world you're seeing. You always have a choice. Are you going to accept the unlovingly, or are you going to reject the unlovingly? Because it's your thoughts about it. It's your thoughts. No one else's. Revision works miracles with relationships. I can promise that, done in numerous times. Yes. I tend to ignore the law when it comes to people. So you're blowing my mind. Oh, the other people only exist in your mind, Melanie. Everyone only exists in your mind. Yes, yes, love that, Melanie. Yes. And here's the thing. This is what we have to, when it comes to other people, right? And we say that other people have no free will in your reality. That doesn't mean you spend your whole life trying to recreate people or trying to create monsters like your Frankenstein, right? You're supposed to love people as they show up, right? You're supposed to love them. You're not supposed to try to change someone's nature. You're supposed to recognize that all is I am, and you only want to see them at their highest ideal, right? But say someone comes into your world and they have certain hobbies that you're not really fond of. Why you want to try to change them? Don't try to change their hobbies, right? Appreciate their expression, their individualized expression of the I am. Too many of us try to change people instead of trying to change us. We're not here to change anyone. We're here to love, and love does not see wrongness. Love does not see wrongness. Love, that's not what love does. Love sees beauty in all things. Love appreciates an individualized expression. Hey, voice bells. So what if you've been a ruminating, reactive, banshee things are a shit show? Can it really talk? Yes, it can, voice bells. It most certainly can. It feels like a magical thing. So fun to watch it occur. Yep. Is that in real life? Yeah, that's wild. I'll be listening to it's in the background, but I can't comment. Oh, okay. All love. Okay. Yes, Keisha. Love is love. Love does not try to change people or try to control people and to manipulate people. No. Love sees the best in people. Love sees people at their highest ideal. Love accepts all things, believes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. What about if you want to experience someone differently, like revising SP situations? When you change your concept of you and you choose to think lovingly about them, your experience with them will change. This life isn't about changing other people. This life is about accepting the truth of who you are. Imagining lovingly on behalf of another. Not creating monsters. Not trying to make someone be exactly like you. See, when you start saying that I need them to be different for me to be happy, you'll never be happy. Because you're saying that them being a certain way determines how you're going to feel about you. So you're giving them the power to make you happy, as well as the power to make you sad. Say, my life was a Jerry Springer show waiting to happen. I can tell you it turns around and life is beautiful. Yes. Same here, Elizabeth. Same here. Same here. I can attest to that too, Elizabeth. Love is unconditional. Yes. Is it true that revision can make certain situations to have never happened? Yep, you can perceive it differently and your world will reflect that. Absolutely, Bailani. Would you just focus on self-love and not getting someone's love? Do you think it can still attract that SP? Absolutely. The love always find love. The loveless never find it. Love always finds. This is the law of attraction. You attract who you are. Always. The love always finds love. Always. And the miserable always find misery. Like attracts like. Birds of a feather most definitely flock together. So after a dreadful breakup with family involved exerted abuse and just lost their stuff. Yep, now you have to forgive it. Voice bills. It is going to take you forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for not loving yourself the way you should have loved yourself, right? Because when you truly love yourself, no one can come in to hurt you, manipulate you, take advantage of you. Love doesn't show up that way. Love is not hurtful. Love is not manipulative. Love is not controlling. Love frees you. Hey, I am Tracy. Yes. As you should. You should only think the best of your new man. Yes. That's what I do with my husband. I think lovingly about my husband. All the time. What? Yes. I have an amazing husband. You don't think I'm thinking the best of him? Because he reflects my thoughts back to me? Remember, manifestation is your thoughts made visible. Your thoughts made visible. That's what manifestation is. Your thoughts, you see. They show up as people, places, things, ideas, situations, circumstances, events, interactions, coincidences, accidents, which of course there are none. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. There are no happenstances. You created it based on what? Your beliefs, your assumptions about life. Here's the thing. You don't get to say how it shows up. That's the part you don't get to say. You don't get to determine the how. It just happens based on what? Your beliefs about it. You work on why you are triggered by the other person and don't judge any of it. Exactly. Do not judge any of it. Judgment is justification and it binds you to the event. Judgment is justification and it binds you to the event. Just see it as an experience. Just see it as an experience. Yes. That's my point. I want a do-over without chasing, but faith is hard in dire circumstances. Only because you believe that. You got to change your belief about it. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. It gets easy once you what? Practice it. The more I practice it, the easier it becomes. So you haven't practiced it. It's about anything you learn new, right? How many of y'all drive cars? I always use this analogy, right? You first learned how to drive a car, you were super focused because you didn't want to tear up anything, right? 10 and 2. Brake, right? Mirrors, all in check. You driving like this, like the old lady. You driving because you're making sure you don't hit the curb. You don't drive too close to the curb. You know, those right turns not too close to the curb. Those left turns not too wide. Like, right? Now what you do when you get in the car? You ain't got to think about it. It's part of you. You know what to do without even thinking. It has become a what? A subconscious impression through what? Practice. You had to practice it. But you had to believe that you could do it first, right? You had to see yourself doing it in your mind before you ever tried to do it physically. You had to accept that this was a possibility for you, right? You had to believe it was possible for you to drive a car. See, if you didn't think that you could drive the car, you wouldn't have learned how to drive it. Just as simple as that. Thank you, guys. 20,000. Yes. 20K. Yes. Yes. Got to make it a muscle memory. Yep. Got to impress that subconscious through repetition. That's it. Yes. Random positive dude. Yes. So we have to drive our mental. Boom. Love that, A-Town. Yes. Drive that mental. Yes. Because you act from beliefs always. So it's imperative that you impress that subconscious with your new belief through what? Repetition, but not vain repetition. Not vain repetition, not just saying it just to be saying it, but because what? You actually desire to impress it upon the subconscious that you're going to pay attention to your conversation. You're going to be aware of your thoughts. You say, how did I learn about conscious creating? Well, I started on my journey with Abraham Hicks, and then I moved over to Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy. I read a lot of metaphysicians books. I had an app called the Law of Attraction app. So I read books from Waddles, Scoville Shin, who else? Genevieve Berhan, Catherine Ponder. Like, I read a lot of different books, watched a lot of videos, but I resonated mostly with Neville Goddard. So that's mostly who? Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy, because I just like how they interpret scripture. And I applied it. And I saw that changing my mindset did change my world. That my relationships with my children got better, my relationship with my husband got better, relationship things, happening in finances. And well, I had already changed my mindset around money before I came into the law of assumption. I had already changed my mindset regarding relationships before I found the law of attraction or law of assumption. So those things I had already changed. So when I came into law of assumption, I already had a good relationship with money. When I came, I had already changed my mindset because I'm on my second marriage. My first marriage, I realized in my previous relationships, I realized that I didn't have a good belief concerning men and relationships. I was dealing with some self-confidence things and believing that men, I didn't see men as being like having feelings. I almost saw men as being cold and uncommitted and unfaithful. So I had to change my mindset towards that because I had to tell myself I deserved a good man, and then my husband showed up. But I realized that I had to change my mindset regarding that. Yes, change it, Belani. Yes, constant affirmations and feeling is key. Let's go. Yes. Robotica furnace so boring. I like to daydream. I don't mind repeating the scene. It feels good. Yes. Joe Dispenza. I did listen to Joe Dispenza. Yeah, I didn't really read his books, but yeah, I did watch his videos on YouTube. Yeah, I saw Bob Proctor, Emma Fox, Ernest Holmes. It's a lot of metaphysicians out there. It's a lot of people that you can glean this. But then I decided I didn't want to have all of those people in my ear. Because sometimes you listen to too many people, it can get a little confusing because this one's saying this one's saying that one's saying this. So I dwindled it down to just a couple of people that I really listened to. So I started reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Joe Dispenza books. Yes, I read The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Yep. So if we can impress negative beliefs with consistency, we could do the same with yes. Not a fan of Eckhart though. Elizabeth, he just talked too slow for me, and I have the power of now, and I couldn't get into it. I said I was gonna read it, and I still haven't went to go read it. I still haven't went to go read Eckhart Tolle's book. But everybody ain't for everybody, and that's okay. Everybody is not for everybody, and that's okay. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Lola. Destiny Forever. What do you think about Napoleon Hill? What's interesting is that I had his book, Think and Grow Rich. I had bought that. I got it on my Kindle. I couldn't get past the first few pages. What's interesting enough, a couple of years ago, I saw this lady on TikTok. She had the original Think and Grow Rich book and discovered that, and Abraham Hicks and them talk about this too. Because I used to listen to Abraham Hicks for 2 years. That's all I watched was her videos. And I had a couple of her books, even went to one of her conferences. She even talks about this too, that the original book, the book that we have now, Think and Grow Rich, took all of the metaphysics out of it. All of the spiritual stuff was taken out of it. A lady had found the original book and was comparing the book that's in circulation now to his original book. And she was doing videos showing where large excerpts of the book regarding the metaphysical portions had been taken out of it. So they really didn't want us to know that everything was mind. When you read Think and Grow Rich, it's more about what you physically do as opposed to what the original book was telling you. Is more about what you mentally do. That the action is always the effect. It's never the cause. Yes, misogynistic. Yep. I'm just speaking on this. It's showing me what to change. Yes. Do this with me. Hello. We experience those things, so we'll know what to turn around and alchemize in the future. Yes. Yep, Bailani, yep. Say to break down scripture, Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy, and Reverend Ike. And then there's another person I listen to. So all of those, right, they're all transitioned out of the physical body in this time frame, right? And I listen to Imagination Guru, Minister Drew, because he also, I like the way he breaks down scripture from a metaphysical standpoint, as well as he'll give you the science behind it as well. So I manifested a man 10 years older than me that paid all of my bills and hated women. Ooh, now I think, ooh, yes. But the thing is, he didn't hate women. He confirmed your belief about men being misogynistic. He was a representation of your beliefs. You believe men were misogynistic, so that's how he showed up, as being misogynistic. That was something you already believed to be true. And you wrote that script, and then he just played it out for you. That's how it happened. We always get confirmation of our belief. Always. So what's crazy is he was extremely libeling towards me, but he played hateful podcasts about that stems from experiencing, though, and maybe childhood experiences, but it's on us not to change them, to change your thoughts about them. See the difference? You're not changing them, you're changing your thoughts. You can't change nobody. You can only change yourself. You can change the way you think about people. Right? What you say you don't want, you get more of. Yep. Right. Okay, that girl. Okay, right. right. Hey, Saturn. Right. Because we're not going around, the world does not need saving. The world does not need changing. You leave the world and what? You just change your thoughts about it. Once you change your mind, your world changes. So I'm having more inner conversations about SP to the point where they feel so real. Oh, yes. Because it's your assumptions about life is what you experience. That's why your self-concept is key. Because that is all you will see. You will see your beliefs, your assumptions, no one else's. The universal answer is always yes. And when you say I am broke, it says yes, 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 you are here. Yes, more broken stuff. Exactly. Exactly. So now you must set about to change the mindset, the belief that it's hard to get money, that life is a struggle, that you need a certain type of education, that you have to be in the right networking circle. You have to have a certain social status, right? You got to let go of all of those barriers, those limitations. Yes, like how do I see myself being treated? And how do I think life goes? Do we have to struggle or work hard, or is everything ease and abundant? Yep. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's your thoughts about it. It's your beliefs. That's all you'll ever see. Your self-concept. I know we want it to be more complicated than that, but it's not. Your work is to discipline your mind. That's your work. Discipline your mind. Give yourself the world by seeing yourself as already having it. Yes, I've changed that belief too about having to go a certain route to be successful. Yep. How do we get over randomly missing our SPs, like feeling empty or lost without them? Loving yourself. Loving yourself. Hey, the easiest, hardest thing ever. Yeah, the easiest, hardest thing ever. Hey, Lisa. Hey. My friends of mine, although we do have a romantic past, but I don't like always reaching out first. Okay, so imagine that. Don't judge it, right? Here's the thing with all relationships. All relationships are relationship with yourself, with your assumptions about it. So here's the thing. Do you like the relationship you currently have with the SP? If you don't like it, change it. What do you want it to be? What do you want it to be? Oh, yes, Lisa. Yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. Oh, yes. Okay, Saturn. So you're revising an argument. Yes. See, there's no right or wrong. Only thinking makes it so. But you have to decide what it is that you want. Not what society deems so, what not society thinks, not what your friends and family think. What is it that you want? And then give it to yourself. The recipe is up here. Decide what you want. Give thanks for already having it, which is acknowledgement, recognition that the thing you asked for you already have. 3, you must believe it. You must be faithful to it. And number 4, you do nothing to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. It's already done. Saw something that says AI is taking us into this dark timeline or whatever, and I was like, where are they taking me to? I'm the source. They aren't taking me anywhere. Exactly. Like, what? You have a great night too, Lisa. Thank you for dropping by. This whole thing of being scared of our own creations is wild. Why are we scared of our own creations? AI is a program. We're giving it the information. Why are we scared of it? Like we act like it has intelligence all on its own. It only has the intelligence we give it. And yes, the program is able to remember all of the quote unquote wisdom or knowledge that we have and can, filter it through a certain way that we like, oh wow, oh my goodness. But when you listen to it, right? Like on my FYP, I see the AIs that talk about metaphysics. But I'm sure you can find the AI that talks about Christianity. You can find the AI that talks about Islam. You can find the AI that talks about Judaism. Like, you can also find those AI programming too. Yes, people making up fears. Exactly. It can only mirror me to me. Not manifestation will have you going down a rabbit hole. Don't have original thoughts. Exactly. Yes, it's just mirroring you. Exactly. Exactly. He said, how did I manifest my family as a baby? So, Bailani, this comes to the mindset. Do you believe that you were created? Do you believe that your energy and that you're having a human experience? Or do you believe that you were created and that you're only human? That's what it comes down to. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you were never created nor can be destroyed? Right. Right. You chose to enter that portal, come through the portal of the womb of your mother, right? That which we call mother. Are they your other incarnations? That question right there is whatever you're willing to believe. That's an assumption thing, right? Because if everyone is a projection of your mind and everyone only exists based on your awareness of them, right? If you're only experiencing your assumptions about them, that every being, every individual is I am, right? Every being is one being individualized. Right, right. Oh, okay, Saturn. Even I am an imaginary ego. Yup. Marsha, not the I am. Say, my real first name translates to alchemist. Oh, nice. And my great aunt prophesied a gift of wisdom as a babe. I think I want to experience changing my reality in this lifetime. Yeah, so here's the thing that there's only now. We talk about lifetimes because we think that we're experiencing life in a linear way because that's how our brain perceives reality when actually everything is happening all at the same time, right? There's only one life. We talk about lifetimes, but there's only one life. And that one life is happening all at once. There's only now. There's no past or present. There's no past or future. There's only now, right? There's only one life. And that life is the life of man, of the humankind, of the human existence. There's only I am experiencing itself individualized in infinite ways. You are having your unique experience of the one from your own individualized perspective. Yes, and we're all imaginary. Everything I see is imaginary, even my own body. Yep. Even in the astral, I am. Yep. But I just like to be focused on the now. I don't really like to get into the past or the future. I only like to focus on now. What is it that I want to experience now in this present moment? I don't really get too much fixated on past or future because there is nothing. There is no past or future. There's only now. So I don't get into those past life regressions, conversations. I don't get into what happens after we put off the body. I just like to just talk about the now. What am I thinking now? Not to say that won't change. It may. Different experiences brings about different things that you will focus on. Right now, I really can't talk about things I really have not experienced. Right? So I don't try to go into those type of conversations because it's not a personal experience of mine. I really can't speak to it. Oh, so every night when I fall asleep, I go into different universes. Said that guy was also a skydiver. Ooh, nice. Oh, yep. Thank you. Yep, Elizabeth. Yep, but this is just a dream. Yep. Yes, Neville did. That's why he talked about it extensively like he did. Because that's what his personal experience. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, A-Town. Yes. I mean, I'm fascinated by those who do, you know. And since that's not my personal experience, I don't really have much to say about it. Yes, book club tomorrow night. Come back. Yes, we're finishing up Neville Goddard's 5 lessons. We're on the first lesson. Yep, and the aim of that 5 lessons was to what? Help people realize their desire, right? The reason for that lesson, right? That was a 5-day lesson he gave, a lecture, 5 lessons, was to show you how to use your mind to create the reality you want to experience now, right? Oh, yes, all love. Yes, yes. No, I haven't, Elizabeth. My husband used to read Dolores Cannon. Not me. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't really interested in the past life thing. Yes, it's going to be on TikTok. Yep. Yeah, frustrating me too, Bailani. That's why we ended up on TikTok. Not frustrating me, but to use Facebook, I'll have to be on a computer, on my laptop. And to me, it was just easier to do it on TikTok. I can bring everyone up. I can have a panel of people on TikTok. TikTok is really user friendly for your phone. Whereas YouTube and Facebook, a lot of their functionalities are better on a laptop or desktop. So I like that TikTok is really good for your phone. So yes, we will be on TikTok. Keeping it super simple. Just come tomorrow. Just come tomorrow. Did you join the Facebook group? Are you reading 5 lessons? Yes, the Facebook group is in the link in my bio. Prosperous Living with Toyia. Yeah, if you come to the Facebook group, you could grab the link to the 5 lessons, or you could Google it. And it's not necessary. You don't have to be a part of the Facebook group in order to come to to the uh the book club. Just, make sure that you've read the first lesson so you can been able to share what you've gleaned from reading it. Because the setup won't be like this, right? I'll have a panel and all those will come who read the book can come up and give their perspective on what they've read. So it won't just be me sitting here talking. We'll have, I think you could have like 8 other people in the box. So we'll have it where we can have more people on the panel and everyone sharing their perspective and understanding regarding the 5 lessons. The name of it is 5 Lessons. So you can just Google 5 Lessons by Neville Goddard to get the free PDF version. It's on tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're welcome, Keisha. Yep. Yeah, I put a reminder in the Facebook group and the chat. But yep. Should be nice. Yep. Yep. The whole purpose of the 5 lessons, right, is to teach you how to manifest your desire by using your imagination, using your mind to create the reality, to live in the end. Oh, you have a story, Elizabeth? Oh, yes, that girl. Yes, yes. Did you want to come up and share, Elizabeth? You said you have a story. But yes, because he gets 4 different he gets 4 different stories in the beginning of the first lesson that he's breaking down different stories in the Bible, showing you how there are psychological dramas, that the Bible is all mind science. It's all psychological truth. Oh, wow. So both my parents married for 70 years. Wow. Our spouses might be passing at the same time. Oh, wow. Wow. 70 years marriage. That is awesome. Man, you talking about some lifetime. That's a whole lifetime for real. And then deciding to transition at the same time. That is since 14. Wow. Wow. And then the fact that they're deciding to transition at the same time. Talking about growing old together. They have definitely grew old together. Wow. So you think they had a soul contract? Hey. Okay. Wow. Not A-Town said, Lord. Wow. That's beautiful, though. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And that's the thing about this world, about this life, is that whatever you assume to be true will be true for you. Right? It's your assumptions about life is what you experience. Your assumptions. Right? That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful your mind is. If you believe something is real, based on your assumptions about it, you will act accordingly, right? Just like a child, if you think a boogeyman is under your bed, you're going to act accordingly to that belief. So what? You're going to be scared to sleep with the lights off. You're going to be scared to sleep in the dark because you think a boogeyman is under it. And it doesn't matter if your parents come in and show you that they're not there. As soon as you turn the light off, you scared because in your mind, a boogeyman lives there. or you heard a bump in the night in the closet. So guess what? You're scared to sleep in the room by yourself because you think something gonna get you in the closet. You're what? You're acting from your beliefs. You're creating these fears, these imaginative things that's going on in your mind, and what? You're acting based on those beliefs. That's why it's so important to not operate from the spirit of fear. You want to operate from the spirit of love. That's what you were giving. Power, love, and a sound mind. You weren't given a spirit of fear. Yes, Bailani. Yep. That's why when people say that belief doesn't matter, of course it does. It doesn't mean that a thing is true. It just means you believe it. And that's all that matters, that you believe it. So when you operate in love, it allows you not to operate from desperation, from fear, from confusion. Love helps you to create right action. Yep. So we had a room of mirrors I was so scared of. I convinced my parents to remove them. That's it. Almost 2 hours, Eli. I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. I came on about 7 o'clock. Yep. Yep. It's been exactly 2 hours. 2 hours and 1 minute. But we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe on a little earlier. Tomorrow night is the book club at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I may come on during the day. We'll see. See how I feel. We're going to continue talking about this self-concept because your self-concept is key, because it's your self-concept. That's all you will ever see is your assumptions about life that you experience and no one else's. All right? It's your beliefs. It's what you assume to be true will be true for you. It's your beliefs about a thing. Hey, you said, say, Cackle the tree dragon, Cackle tree dragon, say, can I ask what's your thoughts on money manifesting without work? Yes, here's the thing. You have to just see yourself as already having the money without trying to figure out how to get it. So you would use these 4 steps. These 4 steps is found in scripture, and all things, whatever you ask in prayer, believing you have received it, and you shall have it. And the other scripture, therefore I say unto you, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it, and you shall have it. So you want the ease and flow of money. You want money constantly flowing into your experience, right? And you're going to give thanks, acknowledgement that the money that you desire already exists. It's already yours. Number 3, you must believe, have faith, trust, remain faithful to your desire that you have wealth, more money than you know what to do with, that the money has flowed into your experience easily, effortlessly, continuously, all the days of your life. And then number 4, you must to receive it. You do nothing to make it so because it's already so. You must go to sleep knowing that it is yours. This is when you're impressing the subconscious with the belief that the thing you desire, you already have. Being still means you're not trying to figure it out. You're not worried about when and how it's going to show up. How would you worry about when and how when it's already done? It's already yours. So how does your world look differently now that you have all the money you could ever possibly know what to do with? What are you doing? How does your world look differently now that you have this money that has flowed into you effortlessly, easily, constantly, continuously? How does your world look now that you have this? And when you have conversations about money, we're not speaking of lack. whether the conversation is inwardly or outwardly, whether that conversation is with friends, family, or coworkers, or whether when you go to the store, you're not talking about, oh my goodness, I can't believe the prices. Oh my goodness, this costs too much. Oh my goodness, my credit card bill is just, oh my, like, we're not talking in opposition to our wealth. Going to sleep knowing that it's already mine. Yes, Janine. Already having means you're not waiting for it, hoping, wishing, and praying for it. Right. Right. Prayer means thanksgiving, acknowledgement. It does not mean to beg or beseech. Right. Yes, the millions are already in your bank account, in our bank account. Absolutely. Right. All right. So pay attention to your conversation. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Pay attention, because that's the state you occupy. When you get in those conversations about money, pay attention to what you say about money, because you know those conversations are going to come up. Are you telling the old story or are you telling the new? Pay attention. Be aware. And if you notice that you're telling the old story, stop it. Don't judge it. Just stop. Just stop telling the old story. You ain't got to judge it. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I was triggered. Oh my goodness, I went on a downward spiral. No judging. Just stop. When you realize that you're telling the old story, just stop it and tell the new. Yes. And this is all taking place in your mind. That's the mental work. It's mental. The world is mental. Yes, Bailani. Yes. Yes, that's your inheritance. You are ambassadors for Christ. You are the royal priesthood. Right? You are imitators of God as dear children. God, what owns all the cattle on 1,000 hills? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. All that I have is thine. It already belongs to you. I say it costs what it costs. If I want it, I buy it. Then I say what goes out comes back tenfold. Yes. Here I am rampaging like, what am I going to do with all this money? Thank you. Yes. Yeah, and with that being said, guys, have a good night.